I'm excited. Joker is one of the most interesting characters. One of my sponsored players is a Joker player. Shout out to Omar. Shout out to all the Joker mains out there holding down the fort. Leo might have moved on, but you have not. Still the best character in the game, in my opinion.
Let it die, Pub. Nobody likes Joker. Not even Joker mains themselves.
No, they're all like, oh, I don't know about Joker. Please play Joker. I love watching Joker. That's why I like it. You know, the Rebels guard there, and I mean the scramble situations with Arsene, these explosions would be very fun. Double backer there.
Right.
And one jungle could kill with the up air. Goes for a side B. He's crazy.
Yeah, instead of trying to catch him in the air, he goes for something that brings him a little bit more utility, but you gotta be extremely careful because Arsene just vanished when he needed it the most. So it's unfortunate that he couldn't convert out of that down air. Instead, we've seen that Ωrugal doesn't need Arsene that much, so it could be interesting to see how the first stock is going to play off, considering how AlanDiss has the upper hand, especially at the ledge.
Beautiful mortar usage there to catch the tournament winner timing. Sorry, jump from ledge timing. We're not playing there. We're playing ultimate. Jump from ledge timing from Omega Rugal. And I know Rugal has some experience versus Snake. Of course, you know, AC being present in San Diego where Omega Rugal likes to play. But man, that's crazy percent and getting the kill there. Maybe the Joker wasn't the play. Maybe it is the Cloud, because the way he's playing this year, he's really punishing Joker for struggling to kill here.
Dude, it's insane. That's what we call the no mames. Like, it's just, he's going hard. AlanDiss is not letting Rugal feel comfortable at all. He's just waiting patiently, letting that that bar go down. He's no rush, you know, and especially now that the counters are a thing, it could be super scary, but look at him just exploding all the way up, basically.
Crazy stuff. AlanDiss playing very, very well around this Joker. I mean, of course, there's Joker practice in Mexico, but the way he's taking apart Omega Rugal also makes me question if, you know, there's some player versus player stuff there, but it's been looking very, very good for AlanDiss. But Omega Rugal with the Joker back air edge guard, the high recovery is going to, you know, be very, very difficult for Joker to cover without Arsene, but that command grab up B and that forward air is going to send him off stage. Once again, the back air not connecting though. Big miscue.
That's not looking pretty right now for Omega Rugal, but still solid opportunity unless he gets him here just like that. AlanDiss is really good at putting enough pressure. Arsene is out, so this could mean that he is in danger considering how his recovery could change a lot, make it a little bit more predictable or maybe easier to punish. This is something that he's not going to take well. Those C4s are always so good when they randomly explode if you keep track of them.
Yeah, and that's something that it's just another thing. Like, there's so many mental timers going in your head as a Snake player, whether that be a mortar, how long you charge it, when it's going to explode on the ground, C4, and it's 30-second time. It's not 30 seconds. I forgot the timer on it. There's a timer on C4, there's a timer on grenades. Having the cognizance to be like, okay, I know when my explosion is going to happen, allows you to play a little bit more aggressively in situations because you're like, I know that platform for the next 5 seconds is a no-go zone. Right. I know that in 10 seconds that grenade is going to be, you know, I'm going to put a grenade there and it's going to be somewhere they can't go to. So very good stuff from AlanDiss cutting off the options for Omega Rugal, and we are seeing the Cloud counter pick for Rugal here.
Yeah, maybe a sensible choice here considering Joker couldn't do much overall, like in the grand scheme of things. He had great mobility, great weaving around all the projectiles, but it was ultimately, wow, the double grenade there. It was ultimately AlanDiss's mobility and close quarter combat options that granted the victory there on game number 1. It's interesting to see the Cloud change. Maybe it will pay off, goes for the finishing touch, and it doesn't connect. That's unfortunate.
And this is something that's very interesting because Spargo just beat AlanDiss with this Cloud. So maybe that Cloud from Spargo was to prepare him for Rugal's Cloud. Oh, and I mean, I think it's equally close, honestly. I'm not sure if maybe AlanDiss struggles against Swordies or against Cloud, but it's close. It's close for sure.
Now he's holding himself quite well, but it is Rugal who's finding the right approach, the right tools. He could have maybe let it rip there with up smash, but instead goes for a little safer option, goes for the shield poke at this point, in which it will the great numbers that he was holding. It was basically impossible to live a little longer. So makes sense. Careful here because the ledge basically it's owned by Snake depending on how many projectiles he has on.
No, it's just a scary spot to be in. I mean, I'm saying that a lot today about scary spots to be in, but the characters that this region plays is really, really good at punishing you for being in your quote-unquote safe space. Where you think, okay, I can be here and be somewhat confident. It's kind of a lie because you're sitting here, you can't even grab the ledge, you can't cover go to platform, you can't go to center because everybody is so aware of how they're controlling stage and their presence. It's just absolutely amazing stuff. Mexico showing dominance on the stage as well.
Oh, he's trying to get that spike there. He was so close, but AlanDiss's recovery made it a little harder. So that's impressive from AlanDiss, living for a little bit longer, closing the gap just a little bit more. But still, this Cloud is really working wonders at the moment, stopping both the grenades, being really good at recovering, and especially dealing with Snake's somewhat telegraphed recovery, which Cloud, it's really good at covering.
Yeah, and I think that's super important that you swing your very strong hitboxes at that Cypher because you want to punish the players that get a little bit too comfortable off stage, and there it is with a punish, not enough to kill, but enough to keep AlanDiss on his toes off stage.
No, yeah, and he's doing it amazingly, even if he opts for a high recovery. Dude, Ωrugal is ready to get something going, get something started, and just like he did earlier, the dash attack is going to put him in such a bad spot. In this case, it's going to take that second stock already. Hey, Ωrugal looking absolutely amazing. Limit is up. How is he going to use it? Is he going to use it at all? Almost landing in that C4 explosion, but he's get another opportunity, not quite yet to use the limit to the most of its effects. And there you go. There you have it. Right now, it's the last stock. Both of them struggling at the moment, especially especially Alan, who is not being able to catch up so far because, of course, Ωrugal is playing really well as of now. He's putting that distance between them, so every time they interact, it's on Omega Ωrugal favor right now because it's a weird trade in which both of them get hit, but in this case, it is Ωrugal's who's getting the most out of him. And be careful because Limit is ready, PJ.
This Limit is so I mean, it allows Cloud to burst in just a completely different way with that increased mobility, the increased drift, and the multi-hits there. Almost taking it out for Ωrugal. AlanDiss now trying to land ledge trap for Ωrugal is going to be very important here.
Here you go. Here you have it. Dash attack once again. Not enough to get the stock, but hey, he's just not too far behind. Limit is one hit away from showing up, and there he goes. He charges it, knowing that it will play wonders as he tries to keep adding extra pressure. How is he going to do it? He tried to go for a Climb Hazard. Instead goes for the Blade Beam, but nothing happens. Still getting shielded. How is he going to take the stock, and who's going to get it, PJ?
Oh, I love that ominous jump from Ωrugal to kind of, keep AlanDiss in the corner, get him off the center stage, because as soon as AlanDiss has a center stage, it's really rough for Ωrugal. You saw Spargo there with the pop-off. It's really funny, like, there's some, like, telekinetic thing going on between the two Cloud players in the venue. At the same time, getting excited for each other to play. It's really, really good to see the character representation here in Mexico. And Ωrugal with the Cloud counter pick making it work here. AlanDiss not as kind of wishing he didn't switch, I'm sure.
Yeah, no, like Cloud definitely worked in the end. Like it was still hard. Like it took him quite some time to figure out the right pattern, the right levels of aggression. And look, he's trying to calm himself down because he knows that this game is not his, at least not yet. Like he's still got some adaptation to do, both of them at this point, since we're going to game 3. No, trying to read a roll, but a hard read that definitely played against AlanDiss at this point in time.
I think, just AlanDiss is getting a little bit too antsy on these punish situations. He needs to play a more contained neutral, especially against Omega Ωrugal, who's so good at bursting out of disadvantage. A great setup there, has the limit, able to kind of weave in and out of where Snake wants to activate his Cypher to get a backer on the head hitbox. Very good stuff for Ωrugal there. But getting hit with the grenade into backer, AlanDiss now with a ledge trap situation. Nikita's going to be coming down, so is the mortar, but Ωrugal able to weave his way out of that, utilizing his jump from ledge and holding onto all those resources. Alan just keeps dropping his shield a little bit too early on these side Bs.
Yeah, the thing is that Rugal is doing a phenomenal job at mixing them up. Sometimes he just goes for one slash, sometimes two, and that's what's keeping AlanDiss on his toes. Now, speaking about toes, he gets hit by that up tilt that is insanely strong, and right now, AlanDiss needs to take advantage of the current lead that he has in order to bring this set to his favor, but Rugal with Cloud is not making it easy, not at all.
Oh, that dash attack hitting right below the ledge.
It's doing wonders.
Yeah, I like to call it the Swiss Army knife of Cloud's kit because it has a tool for everything. It anti-airs, it zone breaks, it two frames, it does everything for the Cloud except pay your taxes apparently. But man, it's crazy what that dash attack does for Omega Rugal and this Cloud.
Yeah, it's been working off incredibly well. He knows that it's a great tool to deal with Snake's recovery overall, and he's just getting so much out of it, which is extremely, it makes you understand why he would use it as much as he does, but he's also effective, using it effectively. Like, he's not spamming it, he's very cautious of when to use it, and that's why he's getting stocks out of him.
I like that backer sliding forward from the tech chase. Rugal trying to push his advantage here, gets a Blade Beam to connect with that C4, causing an explosion, gets an upper off of it. 106%, you know, you're not going to find a straight kill quite yet, but a little bit more percent of Rugal's looking very good. That up tilt not connecting, or connecting but not killing for AlanDiss. Rushing Rugal into the corner but not capitalizing. He has such a presence, but Rugal's able to weave in and out just enough to survive these stocks. That dash attack hitting Diss there on the recovery. Very, very scary. Goes for the up tilt there, trying to catch a double jump.
And que cabrón, he knows that those dash attacks are just so good overall. Like, he's not scared to use them because they just keep on working every single time. So why not overuse them, at least to a point where I feel comfortable doing them and getting so much out of it. Careful, because Limit is used but gets nothing out of it. AlanDiss struggling a little, PJ, isn't he, right now on his last stock of Game 3, while Omega Rugal is looking insanely pristine.
He's looking really, really great here. Rugal, maybe the Cloud pick is just the pick that he's most comfortable with. Maybe he has experience, but this Cloud is doing wonders against AlanDiss, even with the experience of Sparrow. But AlanDiss finally covering the drift away from Rugal, the drift away that's been able to get Rugal out of so many tricky situations. He's drifting away to avoid all these explosives on these ledge trap. Just many situations where Rugal is drifting away. AlanDiss finally catching on with him there. Very, very good adaptation for AlanDiss here.
Yeah, we would have to see something extremely smart, like big brain from AlanDiss in order to bring it back, because right now it is Rugal who has a big lead. However, Nanikita is doing wonders at keeping that wall up. However, that Limit finally finds his use. Dash attack again missing, barely. Look at him go. He's trying to put the most amount of pressure as possible, but things are slowly equalizing themselves. It seems like this game could go either way, PJ.
Yeah, it's so back and forth here on this small battlefield, and these games are going long too. They're like 5-minute games each. Just the pressure, it's getting a little bit later in the night. All this pressure is really weighing on these players because each game in the best of 5 set is so crucial. You get that counter pick advantage. Anything you can inch out against your opponent. That up tilt not connecting on the platform. The way that Rugal is weaving in and out with his Cloud movement. Alan is staying really grounded here, trying to catch a jump, catch something. And speaking of jumps, Rugal gets it there. Sparkle pops off.
It's funny how Sparkle pops off harder than the player himself, right? Like
what I tell you? That was great.
It's kind of cute, not gonna lie. But yeah, still we have one more game potentially. So Omega Rugal doing wonders with that Cloud pick. It's working out just wonderfully for him. So AlanDiss needs to stay calm and collected because he knows what he needs to do, but it's just not working at this point.
The drag down Nair there, very good way to start it off. Has him on the ledge. He hasn't been getting kills like edge guards, but these ledge traps I feel like are just like 1 or 2 hits away from closing out, getting a little bit more percent to get an easier kill for AlanDiss. And I want to see him tighten up the ledge traps, but the way that Rugal plays around this ledge trap shows experience, shows being a veteran in a matchup and how much it helps to get out of disadvantage. But that C4 able to punish the Blade Beam there. Dash attack? Is it going?
And the funny part is that both of them they hit each other. One with the limit charge blade beam, and one with the C4. So it was a fair trade there. It's still on AlanDiss's favor, at least so far it has. But he needs to be very mindful because Omega Rugal knows what he needs to do in order to break through AlanDiss's usual approach decisions. So saying like that, it'll make it harder for us to determine who's gotten a clear lead, because right now it's looking extremely even.
Yeah, even with all this percentage, we've been seeing Rugal burst out with these aggressive combos, aggressive confirms, or even just straight hits and good reads in neutral that, even up the percent, but a forward air miss input is going to cost Rugal the stock. A very unfortunate SD, but one that AlanDiss needs to play well around. Your opponent SDs, I have a stock lead now. I'm going to play, maybe he's going to camp a little bit more. Maybe he's going to play a little bit more comfortably in his own space, but Rugal trying to end it all there with that down air. Let's see, Diss with the aggression, overextending in the corner once again. So unfortunate.
Yeah, he knows that he has a lot to lose at this point. Omega Rugal, with that awful and unfortunate mistake, will put AlanDiss in a really good spot in terms of bringing it back. However, Rugal is not slowing down. In fact, he's going harder at it because he knows that he messed up and he needs to make up for all of that, what could bring in this set. This is looking really good for, at least at this point, for AlanDiss, but let's be real, he's just one hit away from that fusion sword, so it's really not up too far unless Omega Rugal gets a string here that puts him in a real bad position.
What a down-air call-out from Rugal to punish AlanDiss, staying center stage. It's interesting the roles that have been played out here. Diss is playing very grounded. Rugal trying to, weave in and out with this air drift to get, some sort of landing aerial combo started, anything he can, but the way that Diss is playing right into the up tilt, and I want to see this up tilt from Diss. Going to be a very good way to close it out if you can catch Rugal on one of these dunks, but Rugal's drift has been so good, and there's the up tilt. Snake pondering there a little bit. That's a funny choke. Look at that. He's like, huh?
Yeah, it didn't even load the whole hitbox, but hey, the whole animation, but the hitbox was there, and that's the funnies, right? You always love those trades in which the high percentage definitely helped him, and he needs to stay hydrated. And guys, if you're watching in chat, you definitely should too. I got my 1 gallon here drink. I'm almost done with it, but hey, yeah, you gotta stay hydrated the same way that AlanDiss is doing. Si quieren crecer grandes y fuertes, tómense su agüita.
Stay hydrated, everybody. Drink some water. Get some fluids in your system. We're gonna get some crazy matches here. I'm sure these players taking a little bit of a break here with this water. Just like, okay, compose myself. Game 5, everything has led into this game. Yeah, another fist bump. I like that. The mid-set fist bump.
See,
we need to normalize that.
Yeah.
Mid-set fist bumps.
Oh yeah, they're super good. Yeah, you gotta keep that sportsmanship up, and we're going back to small battlefield. Let's hope that we don't see another mistake from either one of them, so we can all enjoy this Game 5 to the maximum. They're both giving their all. They're both from Tijuana. Someone in chat was mentioning, yes, Omega Rugal has been top 2 in the Tijuana PR for the longest time, but Waka is just catching up, if not taking that spot already, while AlanDiss has always been consistent in this region. So this is a fight that not only there's honor in it, there's also a lot of friendship.
Yeah, of course, it's unfortunate that these region kills are happening, but it always shows the best of your region is going to come out and shine here.
Yes.
Here we go, the landing pass goes for the up smash on the air dodge. Maybe if you dash in a little bit there to cover more of the platform, it could have connected. 124, this percentage, it's happened so many times where this is at 120 plus, Rugal's at 90. Who gets the up tilt, who gets the killing blow first, and AlanDiss finally able to, Rugal able to take the stock with the trade on the C4 and able to get the kill. Rugal now trying to inch his way to a stock lead here, but this Nikita's been playing wonders, really. I haven't really brought too much attention, but he's been using his center stage to catch stuff.
Yeah.
He's been using it to edge guard super good for this.
Dude, yeah, even neutral, and they're working. That's the thing. He's doing a phenomenal job. However, for him, he had the C4 stuck to him. However, to him, it's not working too well in this point, and you don't want to get caught in those spikes. Breaking Cypher using a beautiful C4, and look at him juggling Omega Rugal. This is the opportunity that AlanDiss needs in order to bring it back. However, Limit is ready. You gotta be extremely careful with that.
The limit hasn't been doing. Whoa, what the heck? It exploded on the air dodge. He was able to air dodge that. That was a weird interaction. But now the limit is back for Rugal there. The back air not able to hit the low profile crouch of Snake, but he's trying to scrap his way into something here, trying to swat. Gets the downer to send him away.
They're just blowing. They're just... Oh, dude, the parry on the C4. That was absolutely scary. But look at Omega Rugal recovering effectively. Once again, he knows what he needs to do. He's super patient at this point, but they're just trading punches left and right. Who's going to get it? Gets the trade once again. The back air into the down air. It's just insane. Who's going to get it first? And that's the up tilt from Snake.
AlanDiss able to get the up tilt there on the spot dodge. One of the privileges of playing Snake is that amazing up tilt kill move. Has him on the ledge. The double grenade play is really good. Has to force Rugal to jump to the platform. Once AlanDiss capitalizes on that platform jump from Rugal, it's going to look really, really bad. And Rugal jumping between the platforms, you're trying to find his way in on this onslaught of explosions, but it's hard to. That platform now getting cut off with the C4. You're at 55%, and you're worried about any of these trades. 83%, and Rugal, or Diss, running away from it now. Down smash sending at a very bad angle. The limit going high there. Dash attack sending into the corner. This could be the winning situation. Doesn't find it. Nikita, though.
Aquí es, este es el momento, this is the moment, the last breathing up opportunity for Rugal. He knows that he's one hit away from disappearing, for getting out of this tournament. Remember, this is losers quarters final, so whoever is out in this point will no longer be available to qualify for Delfino Massa. Careful, because that Clem Hazard is going to allow him to live a little longer. Who's gonna get it? Who needs to take the next hit in order to persevere in this bracket?
This Nikita play from Diss has been so dubious. He's been really punishing Rugal for trying to get his way in any way he can. Swinging for these forwarders and backers. He can't swing too much, though, because once AlanDiss gets a read on an option, gets the down throw into the forward tilt, AlanDiss takes it, reeling back in his chair, and AlanDiss moves on, eliminating... Wow, that's some crazy stuff.
Yeah, it's